Hi, and welcome to PG6N's channel. This is kind of a rare video for us. This is a video review of a gun I do not own. Currently, I've owned this gun in the past, and I've owned a lot of other guns in the Smith & Wesson M&P-15 lineup. This gun actually belongs to Elite Preacher. Go check out his channel. I had a chance to do a video on this gun, and I've always wanted to have a video of this gun, because I think it's a really good value in the AR-15 world. This is the M&P-15 Sport, for those of you who don't know. Basically, this is a Smith & Wesson M&P-15 with everything that could be taken off of it, Dust covers, forward assists, trigger guards, high quality hand guards. They cheap out a little bit on the castle nut and retaining plate. At least they look cheaper than the one I had before. Than the normal M&P-15 I had before. The barrel is melanite coated non-chrome lined barrel, I believe. It's a good barrel. There's nothing really wrong with it, but it's not as expensive as some of the other barrels they offer. Basically because it's not mil-spec. You don't know how I feel about mil-spec. I think it's kind of irrelevant. It's a good baseline for comparison, but other than that, it's pretty much useless. Anyway, good things about this gun. You can get one for, $600-700, somewhere in there. That's pretty darn affordable. It's better than the DPMS sport guns, in my opinion. Mainly because of the gas block it comes with. You notice that's a standard F-marked front gas block. You can see the F in it there. It's right there. And if you don't know what that means, there are two heights of those front sight gas blocks. One height is for a fixed carry handle like an M16A1 or A2, and the F marked is for a flat top receiver. So if you have an A2 front sight post with a flat top upper receiver, none of your rear sights are going to be correct, and it's not something you can adjust for. We're talking gross elevation here is going to be off by a lot. It's, I don't know how much higher it is, but it is higher, is the point. So don't buy a flat top AR with a non-F marked front sight post, in my opinion. Sorry, my mouth's a little dry. Anyway, the lower on this gun is kind of interesting. It's not really my cup of tea, but I could see where others would really like it. It has that trigger guard that's milled into the gun. It is superior to the detachable one in several ways, but I kind of like the mag pull one. I don't know, it's just my own weirdness. I think it looks cool. The buttstock is standard. Pistol grip is standard. The rear sight is a mag pull imbus. Also pretty much standard. I mean, you aren't sacrificing anything on any of those. What are you sacrificing? The hand guards. Those things are cheap as hell. And in my opinion, it should be the first thing you replace. They are basically on there just to say it has hand guards. There's no heat shield on them. They're too damn small. Just replace them. You could replace them with standard, M4 hand guards, and you'd be way superior to that. But for $30, get yourself a Magpul MOE handguard. Perfect. You can even add a light and a rail and a you can even add a light and a pistol grip, vertical grip. I am just not with it tonight. Anyway, that would be the one serious add-on I would make to this. That and some sort of red dot. Mainly because the imbus isn't all that great of a rear sight. If you had some choice sights, or maybe a Knight's Armament or a Maytech, you could probably run it with irons. I would never run just a mag pull backup sight though. That's, it's a really shitty sight in my opinion. That's a whole different video. And it has nothing to do with the quality of the sight, and really the rear sight is the better of the two, but the front sight is really, really sucky because basically the shape of the sight. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about the Smith & Wesson M&P-15 Sport. And that's kind of a mouthful, but basically it's a great gun. They shoot great. They work awesome. There's not a bad thing you can say about this gun, except for the hand guards and that. The dust cover and forward assist, that will get a lot of people, lighting torches and carrying pitchforks about this gun. So, oh my god, it doesn't have a dust cover. It's so stupid. The dust cover really doesn't fucking matter, just to be honest with you. The forward assist, in my opinion, does. The dust cover only matters if you're going to be using this someplace harsh. But I see this as kind of a truck gun. You keep it in a nice soft case, you pull it out, you dump a couple of mags to it, you put it back. Okay, it's not something you're going to go to fucking Afghanistan with. And a lot of modern designs don't even have dust covers anymore. The SCAR doesn't have a dust cover, the ACR doesn't have a dust cover. As far as the forward assist goes, I hear people all the time going, I've run AR-15s for years and I've never had to use one. Well, obviously, you don't run your guns very hard, first off. And second off, you don't press check your guns. That would be my piece of advice to you on this, is never do a press check on this gun with a loaded mag. Because you're going to have to use the forward assist to reseat the bolt. But the one thing no one talks about is that you still have this divot here, which can be used to force the bolt back home. So it sort of still has a way to do that. All ARs have a little divot there. That's what it was originally designed for, in addition to the dust cover, was to be able to push that forward a little bit if you ever needed to. Oh, sorry guys. It comes with a PMag. It's great. They work. I don't know how this gun would hold up to really, really heavy use in really shitty conditions. Just in my opinion, that's not what the gun's made for. It's made to be an AR-15 at a certain price point. I think ARs work considerably better than most people do. The first AR I ever owned was a Smith & Wesson M&P-15. It was not a sport. It was just the normal one. And for the first 3 years I owned that gun, I never lubed it and I never cleaned it. And I shot it all the time. That's kind of what sold me on AR-15s. You don't really need to fucking do anything to them. Okay, yeah, was it a little worse for wear after those 3 years? Yeah, but it was still, very serviceable. It had some, wear spots on the bolt. Okay, but they'll do that if you lube them too. They'll do that if you clean them too. The gun was still fully functional, and you could take it out and go dump 500 rounds through it right then, and it would run. I never had any jams in it, except for a couple of magazine-related issues when I tried running some Sterling mags in it. AR-180 Sterling mags. It didn't like those too much. It liked PMags, so that's what I stuck with after that point. What else? Oh, sorry. The gun's basically built to run aim point, in my opinion. Or an EOTech, one or the other. You already have a little backup sight thrown on there. It's not a fixed rear sight. You can just buy yourself a little EOTech, stick it on there, and you have a perfect little home defense type gun. It's a great gun for anyone looking for just an entry level AR. You don't always need something like this. Let me go get what I'm going to show you. I'll be right back. back. You don't always need something like this or like this. Okay, this is a Troy Defense carbine. This is a Spikes mid-length. They're great guns. The Troy costs 3 times as much as a Smith with all that crap on it, with the optic and everything. The Spikes, the gun itself, sorry, can't stop yawning. The gun itself on the Spikes was probably not that much more than the Smith. The upper was 600. This gun, the Smith here, was 600. And I got a Spikes lower and a DPMS parts kit and DSA buffer kit and just built myself a lower. So it was maybe like 8 or 9 for the base gun on that Spikes. So, you know, if you have the extra money, Spikes Tactical is a great way to go. But you don't always need this. In fact, I would say very few people need a gun like this one. I don't need a gun like this one. This Troy, that is. My ideal AR-15 is the one you see in the back there. Let me move it to the foreground. That's a Aimpoint Pro on a Spikes mid-length. You notice it still has a fixed front sight. It works. There's lots of reasons for that. That's a whole another video. But you know, you could very easily turn this gun into something very close to this. This has a big ass compensator on the front too, in case you're wondering what that is. Just in my opinion, this gun with that aim point on it and the Magpul shit, it's a pretty damn good rifle. Okay, is it the best? No, but it's certainly the cheapest and the best for the amount of money spent. You cannot buy a better AR for 600 bucks than this. It can't be done, in my opinion. You might be able to build one. That's kind of a caveat. You could probably build one with a combination of Spikes and PSA parts for about $6. I don't really like PSA that much. Anyway, the whole point of this video is it's a great entry-level budget shooter. It'll chew anything you put through it. It'll serve you very, very well if this is going to be your first AR, or even your second or third. Honestly, if I were starting right now, I would go and buy a Smith & Wesson M&P Sport, and I'd go and buy all the stuff to build this gun. I'd have this as a primary, and this would be my backup. You should probably always have at least 2 ARs also. It's nice, especially if they're interchangeable enough to where you could use either one of them. Backups are always good. That's kind of what I see this as, is it's the perfect backup gun or starter AR-15. But you know, the backup AR-15, this is written all over it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and don't forget to check out my other channels. They're on my main channel page. And don't forget to thumbs up the video.